Good night, and welcome to Mindful Life. I am Nathan Springer. Thank you for being here. It is currently the 12th of the 8th in the year of our Lord 2025. Yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time to be alive. Interesting time at that. Interesting time. Our Prime Minister here in Trinidad and Tobago is on a very serious path. She is saying that heads may be busted, so not to test her. Once you are on the inside, hit that like button, double tap the screen over there on TikTok, double tap 2 quick taps on the screen to get those likes pumping, and hit that like button over there on YouTube if you are viewing this over there also. So, with regards to how many of those jobs are being lost right now, as I was saying, the reality is, in a lot of those avenues, the truth that we all know as a country is we know a lot of these jobs were political jobs. We know a lot of these jobs weren't giving us efficiency for our money. We know that as a country. So, the reality of it is there is room to fire everyone and build it back from the ground and build a better thing. There's actually room to do that because there's a lot of room for improvement. The problem with that is whether there would actually be an improvement, or if mashing it down to the ground is just an attempt to build it back with your favored people at the key points instead. Which one is it going to be? And I am a Trini who wouldn't fault other Trinis for being skeptical about the motives of a government. I don't just take it as a given that the government has my best interest at heart. That when they fire all of these workers, it's only because they have the interest in making sure it's built back up properly. I don't know if I buy that so wholeheartedly. But let's see what our Prime Minister has to say. She was in a fighting mood. I will bust their heads. I hope no one censors me for that. I am quoting our Prime Minister. Kamala warns ministers, state enterprises over corruption. Prime Minister Kamala Persad-Bissessar has read the Riot Act to government officials, warning she will bust their heads and fire them as soon as some were already cavorting with the same crooked contractors and lawyers associated with the former PNM administration. In a fiery speech at the UNC Monday night report at Camden Hall, Couva, to mark her 100 days in office, Persad-Bissessar made it clear that no one in her administration would be shielded from accountability. She also issued a warning to state enterprise heads, financial institutions, and regional corporations, saying that she will take action as she vowed to root out corruption, inefficiency, and betrayal within and outside her government. Listen. Wagwan, Dream Chaser, been a minute for real. Listen, I've been saying this since the election. Tanti Kams is playing very good politics. Almost every main speech that Mrs. Persad-Bissessar gave since winning that election, yo, Chris 868, easy 868. Almost every speech that she gave was sound politically, was smart politically. Now, the reality is, unfortunately for us, good politics isn't necessarily good governance. So, saying the right things with the right tone, capturing the mood of the country and expressing it, great politics. But that does not necessarily mean that it's going to be seen in the running of the country. And she would actually be tested on all of these things that she's saying here. If indeed she can stand her ground against some of the powerful forces that would be in her own camp. Without naming the culprits, Prasad Bisesa delivered a warning. Tonight, I am warning some persons. You know who you are. You are already cavorting with the same crooked contractors and lawyers, PNM financiers and corrupt fake elite. Get yourself out of that now, because I will come for you. I am not afraid. I will fire you. I will ensure you face the courts. We cannot replace one corrupt bunch and then tramp and follow suit. Who you all think she talking about though? How many individuals in her party you think trying to do a Julius Caesar on her? I think the number isn't zero. I'd put it that way. I'm sure there are some, but I think she also has done quite a bit of purging in and around the ranks of the UNC. So I'm pretty sure she has cleared out some of them who, well, the Brutuses who might help and work along with the Caesars. She has cleared out some. The problem is they always reappear. You can't keep them out. So I'm sure there are some. The problem with the UNC that they would have right now in trying to get rid of her is she is very strong internally in the UNC. She hasn't shown signs of wavering in internal UNC popularity. Budget is in 2 months. It's only a sit and wait moment. First PM to call out their own MPs. No, that's not quite true. That's not quite true. Dr. Rowley put his MPs and read them the Riot Act 2 when Mrs. Prasad Bisesa came in as 1.0 with the partnership. She read them the Riot Act 2. So I mean, it's good politics, but it's not in a league of its own quite yet necessarily. But yes, she is doing good politics and she is saying the correct things. You can't disagree with what she's saying there. If you indeed kicked out the last administration saying that they were corrupt, it wouldn't make sense to just follow suit in whatever they were doing. That will not make sense. Who you all think in the UNC are favoring the fake elite according to Camps? Who is the culprit that is having those steak dinners and lobster dinners with the fake elite? Good night, Paul Duncan. Who is getting Tanti Cam's vex? Prasad Bisesa said she is different. I different now, she said. She is different and she will not tolerate these things and lose her pathway. All the things some of you did and think you get away in 2010 to 2015 will not be repeated. It seems some people have not learned anything in the last 10 years. This is a warning, the 100-day warning. Straighten up, fix yourself, behave yourself. Too many thousands of persons are depending on us, she said. Had to be someone who served in her first tenure. Chef Mac says heard these promises already. Well, that's the thing I said, unfortunately for us. Good political speeches don't actually govern. If she governs with the verve, with the intent, with the direction, with the spunk that we get out of these political speeches, then we are in for a treat here in Trinidad and Tobago. Great things will become of us, but that's not necessarily so. And what I am concerned about, not saying this is what is, but what I would be concerned about is that we have a leader who performs really good politically, that the administration would be able to bring out every now and again to keep the masses at bay while the administration does whatever they will, and the leader can say whatever she will too. So it would be interesting to see as the administration continues whether the governance is in line with the expressed vision of the leader as we keep hearing about it. It would be interesting to see how CPEP is rebuilt. It would be interesting to see how the borough corporations are now run, how contracts are awarded. All of that would be very interesting to see. BUSS has also issued ultimatums to state companies, particularly Caribbean Airlines Limited, which she described as a corrupt mess with no profitable routes and years of unaudited financial statements. She further identified corruption in the Ministry of Works Pure Unit NIDCO and the Drainage Division, alleging collusion between officials and contractors to siphon billions in public contracts. She said the Anti-Corruption Investigation Bureau had been instructed to investigate. Instructed by whom though? Because regularly I hear politicians in our countries boast and say that the police are independent, they're neutral, we don't instruct our police. So when you say they were instructed to investigate, who instructed them to investigate? The Prime Minister also revealed that a group of attorneys charged the National Gas Company $42 million for handling one case. She added that state companies hired consultants to advise on loans, contracts, legal and technical matters at overly inflated prices, running into billions of dollars, money that was wasted. I don't doubt what she's saying is true. I don't doubt it at all. BUSS said the most significant theft occurred in the financial sector, where the former government borrowed money at high interest rates from companies linked to their friends, the 1%ers and financiers. She said they were borrowing at over 9% interest while ignoring lenders offering between 3 and 4%. Yikes, if true, very scary stuff. Banks warned. The Prime Minister singled out Republic Bank, First Citizens and Exim Bank, accusing them of engaging in opaque self-dealing arrangements that benefited a small